Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. In the vast world of coin collecting, few things spark more excitement than the discovery of a seemingly ordinary coin that holds extraordinary value. Imagine flipping through your spare change, only to stumble upon a coin that has the potential to change your financial future. This is not just a fantasy, it's a reality for collectors who know what to look for. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the year 1971. At first glance, it may look like any other quarter that has passed through millions of hands over the decades. But beneath its worn edges and simple design lies a tale of history, rarity, and surprising value that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. First introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Its design is iconic, featuring the profile of the first president on the obverse, while the reverse initially showcased an eagle with wings spread, a symbol of strength and freedom. But beyond the symbolism and history, the value of these coins varies dramatically based on several key factors: mint marks, condition, rarity, and the occasional and highly coveted minting error. The year 1971 is particularly interesting for Washington quarters. While no one expected anything unusual during its minting, collectors have come to realize that some coins from this year possess qualities that make them stand out. During this time, the mint produced these quarters in Philadelphia and Denver. Those from Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small D on the obverse. Though millions were produced, not all quarters are created equal. The true gems are those rare few struck under unusual conditions or preserved in exceptional state. Coins that defy the passage of time and emerge as rare specimens among a sea of the ordinary. One of the key elements that make the 1971 Washington quarter desirable to collectors is the possibility of errors or anomalies in the minting process. These errors are not defects in the traditional sense. Rather, they are quirks of production that result in unique features. Double die errors, where design elements like letters or numbers appear duplicated, are among the most sought after. A 1971 quarter with visible doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" can be worth a small fortune. Similarly, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and quarters struck on the wrong metal planchets are highly prized for their rarity. Another essential factor is the condition of the coin. Professional grading agencies like PCGS and NGC assign a grade to each coin, usually on the Sheldon scale ranging from 1 to 70. A 1971 quarter in well-circulated condition might be worth little more than face value. But a coin graded MS 67 or higher, especially with a rare error, can command attention from serious collectors. Coins that retain their original luster, sharp strike details, and no signs of wear are incredibly rare from this era, making them both desirable and valuable. Beyond the technical aspects, there's also the historical context. The early 1970s were a time of change in the United States. The nation was dealing with political upheaval, cultural transformation, and economic shifts. Every coin minted during this time is a tiny piece of that larger narrative. A 1971 Washington quarter isn't just a piece of metal, it's a historical artifact that has witnessed half a century of American life. It's fascinating to think how many hands it passed through, what pockets it sat in, what stories it could tell if it could speak. Collectors today continue to hunt for the elusive treasures hidden among the ordinary. Coin roll hunting has become a popular hobby, with enthusiasts searching through rolls of coins from banks, hoping to find a hidden gem. And the 1971 Washington quarter is one of the coins they hope to uncover. The thrill lies in the discovery, that feeling of turning over a coin and realizing it might be something special. It's a moment of connection with history and a chance to own something truly unique. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. While the average 1971 quarter might only be worth its face value or a few dollars in uncirculated condition, there are exceptional cases where a combination of rarity, error, and pristine preservation has led to incredible valuations. In fact, one such 1971 Washington quarter, graded highly and showcasing a unique and rare minting error, was once valued and sold for the jaw-dropping amount of $160,000. Yes, you heard that right, $160,000 for a single 25-cent coin. So the next time you find loose change in your car, pocket, or drawer, don't be too quick to spend it. Take a closer look at your quarters. Check the dates, examine the mint marks, study the details. That unassuming 1971 quarter might just be your hidden treasure. Because in the world of coin collecting, it only takes one remarkable find to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Top 2. Every coin in your pocket has a story, but some tell a tale so rare and remarkable that they capture the attention of collectors and enthusiasts around the world. Today, we delve into one such intriguing piece from American numismatic history, the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the year 1973. At first glance, this quarter might appear ordinary, just another piece of change that has passed through the hands of millions over the decades. But when you look closer, you'll find that this coin can be anything but typical. The 1973 Washington quarter is not just currency, it's a hidden gem for collectors, a time capsule of American heritage, and, for a select few examples, a source of incredible financial value. Introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, the Washington quarter quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American circulation. Its obverse features a profile portrait of the nation's first president, while the reverse originally showcased a majestic eagle with outstretched wings. But over time, what makes a Washington quarter truly valuable isn't just the design, it's the combination of historical context, minting characteristics, preservation quality, and, in some cases, rare and eye-catching airs. The year 1973 falls in an important era of American coinage. By this time, silver had been completely removed from circulating quarters, and coins were now struck with a copper-nickel-clad composition. This transition meant most coins from this period were made for daily commerce, not for collectability. And yet, as collectors know, it is often in these common, everyday items that treasures can be found. Millions of quarters were struck in 1973 at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, denoted by either no mint mark or a small D on the obverse beneath Washington's hairline. A smaller number were struck at the San Francisco mint for proof sets, marked with an S. What elevates a 1973 quarter from spare change to a collector's prize are two things: condition and rarity. Coins that have been perfectly preserved since their minting, never spent, never scratched, never dulled, can command exceptional value. These are referred to as mint state coins, and the finest among them are given high grades by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, often MS-65 and above. These are the coins that retain their original shine and detail, appearing almost as if they were just struck yesterday. Even more alluring to collectors are the rare minting errors that sometimes occur. A 1973 Washington quarter with a double die error, where the details of the lettering or image appear doubled, is an instant standout. Other types of minting mishaps, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or quarters accidentally struck on the wrong type of planchet, are incredibly valuable due to their rarity and the uniqueness of each error. These coins are often one of a kind, making them the crown jewels of any collection. What makes the 1973 quarter even more fascinating is how it ties into American culture and history. This was a time of political upheaval, economic shifts, and cultural transformation. From the Watergate scandal unfolding in the nation's capital to the continued effects of the Vietnam War, 1973 was a year marked by change and uncertainty. Holding a quarter from this year is like holding a small piece of that era, a fragment of time carried in metal form. Coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters across the country continue to search for high-grade or rare 1973 Washington quarters. Coin roll hunting, a hobby where people search through bankrolls for valuable coins, remains a popular way to uncover these hidden gems. And what a thrill it must be to come across one of these rarities. A coin that's worth far more than its face value, that represents history and craftsmanship, and that has survived in perfect form against the odds. But let's talk about the most jaw-dropping part of this story, the value. While the average 1973 quarter is worth no more than 25 cents, certain rare examples have sold for astonishing sums at auction. We're talking about coins that are not only flawlessly preserved but also display extraordinary errors or features that set them apart from the millions of others struck that year. One such 1973 Washington quarter, in near-perfect condition and featuring a rare minting anomaly, fetched an incredible valuation that stunned the numismatic world. The price? A remarkable $140,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. What was once worth just 25 cents is now valued at $140,000. So the next time you come across an old quarter in your change jar or drawer, don't be too quick to spend it. Take a close look, check the year, inspect for unusual details, and consider its condition. You might just be holding a fortune in your hand without even realizing it. In the world of coin collecting, the extraordinary is always hiding in plain sight. You simply have to know where to look. Top 3. In the vast world of coin collecting, some of the most remarkable treasures are often hiding in plain sight, tucked away in the corners of old wallets, tucked inside forgotten drawers, or casually exchanged as everyday change. One such intriguing piece from American numismatic history is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the year 1983. To most people, it's just a quarter, a small silver-colored coin worth 25 cents, bearing the familiar image of George Washington on the front. But for coin collectors and enthusiasts, the 1983 Washington quarter tells a story of rarity, overlooked significance, and incredible value. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. Originally introduced to celebrate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, it has become an iconic piece of American coinage, with changes in design, metal composition, and minting processes reflecting the nation's evolving history. However, the 1983 edition of this classic coin holds a very special place in collectors' hearts due to a unique combination of historical context, scarcity, and the unusual circumstances surrounding its mintage. In the early 1980s, the United States Mint faced several challenges, including economic pressures and adjustments in coin production policies. What makes the 1983 quarter particularly notable is that the U.S. Mint did not produce official mint sets for collectors that year, something they typically offered to the public. This meant that most of the 1983 quarters that exist today were circulated, passed from hand to hand, exposed to the wear and tear of everyday transactions. As a result, finding a 1983 quarter in pristine, mint state condition is incredibly difficult, and that's where the excitement begins for collectors. Without the protection of mint sets, most 1,983 quarters show signs of heavy use, scratches, dull surfaces, worn edges. But a very small number of these coins manage to survive in exceptional condition, either through sheer luck or careful handling. These few high-grade examples, especially those graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services, are the ones that have taken on legendary status in the numismatic community. They are highly coveted because of their rarity, and their near-perfect state makes them true anomalies in the world of modern coins. Another layer of intrigue is added when collectors discover 1983 quarters with minting errors. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on incorrect planchets. Such mistakes during the minting process are rare, but incredibly valuable because they result in coins that are one of a kind. A 1983 quarter with a clear doubling of the date or lettering, or an example that was mistakenly struck on a planchet mint for a different denomination, can be worth many times its face value. These error coins are like hidden treasures, rare, mysterious, and often the centerpiece of a well-curated coin collection. But perhaps the most interesting aspect of the 1983 quarter is how it has grown in value over time due to the scarcity of uncirculated examples. Unlike coins from years where collector sets were produced, there's no easy source of untouched 1983 quarters. That means collectors have to hunt through circulation, rely on luck, or pay premium prices to obtain one in excellent condition. And when one of these top-quality coins appears at auction or on the private market, the bidding can get intense. With passionate collectors vying for a chance to own a piece of American history that most people would overlook. It's fascinating to think that a simple coin minted more than 4 decades ago could now command such attention. For many, the idea of turning pocket change into serious money seems like fantasy, but stories like that of the 1983 quarter prove it's entirely possible. This coin is a reminder that everyday objects can hold extraordinary value, not just in terms of dollars, but in the way they connect us to the past and fuel our curiosity for discovery. The next time you're handed a quarter, take a moment to check the date. Look for the small details. Is it a 1983? Is it in great condition? Are there any unusual markings? You never know what you might have. Because hidden among the millions of coins in circulation, there could be one special piece that's worth far more than 25 cents. In fact, one remarkably preserved and rare 1983 Washington quarter dollar was recently valued at an astounding $95,000. Yes, $95,000 for a single coin that many people wouldn't even glance at twice. That's the magic of coin collecting, where history and hidden value go hand in hand. Top 4. In the vast and captivating world of coin collecting, there are certain pieces that go far beyond their face value, igniting curiosity, excitement, and even fierce competition among collectors. One such fascinating example is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the year 1988. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary 25-cent piece, one of the countless millions minted and circulated through vending machines, store registers, and pockets across the country. But if you take a closer look, and especially if you understand the intricate details of coin rarity, condition, and minting anomalies, you'll see why this particular quarter can hold immense value and significance. The Washington quarter has long stood as a pillar of American coinage. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, it has since become one of the most recognizable and circulated coins in the country. Over the decades, the quarter has undergone changes in design, composition, and minting techniques. By 1988, the coin was being produced primarily from copper-nickel clad rather than the 90% silver composition of earlier decades. While many might assume that this change made modern quarters less valuable or collectible, the truth is quite the opposite. Especially when it comes to rare years like 1988. What makes the 1988 Washington quarter so intriguing is not just its age, but the surprising number of unique and rare specimens that have been discovered from this year. While millions were minted and released for general circulation, only a fraction have survived in exceptional condition. Most quarters from 1988 have seen decades of wear, dulled surfaces, scratched fields, and worn edges from countless transactions. But every now and then, collectors come across a pristine example, a coin that has somehow remained untouched, unblemished, and virtually flawless since the day it left the U.S. Mint. These uncirculated, mint-state quarters are incredibly rare, and their value skyrockets due to this rarity. Beyond condition, there's another element that can send the value of a 1988 quarter soaring: minting errors. Coin collectors, or numismatists, know that minting errors are highly sought after in the collecting community. These can range from off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and double dies, to rarer errors like coins struck on planchets intended for other denominations. These mistakes, though unintentional, create unique variations of an already rare coin, making them even more desirable. And when such an error occurs on a quarter from a year like 1988, a year not known for widespread error coins, the value can be nothing short of extraordinary. The true beauty of the 1988 Washington quarter lies in the mystery of what might be discovered. Many of these valuable coins are found not in antique shops or auction houses, but in everyday places, inside old piggy banks, hidden in inherited coin jars, or received as change at the grocery store. The idea that something so common and overlooked could secretly be worth a small fortune is thrilling, and it's exactly why collectors remain so passionate about searching for these hidden gems. For some, it's a hobby. For others, it's a serious investment. But for everyone, it's a journey of discovery that starts with something as simple as flipping over a coin and checking the date. And the excitement doesn't end there. A flawless 1988 Washington quarter, especially one with a verified mint error or high grading from a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, can fetch eye-watering sums at auction. These coins don't just attract amateur collectors, they catch the attention of seasoned investors and coin dealers who understand the long-term value of rare American coinage. It's astonishing to think that a small coin with a face value of 25 cents could command such interest. But that's the magic of the numismatic world, a world where rarity, condition, and historical context combine to create items of significant monetary and cultural worth. So, the next time you're handed a quarter in your change, pause for a moment and take a good look. Turn it over. Examine the year. If you happen to see 1988 staring back at you, you might just be holding more than spare change. You could be holding a collectible treasure. And if that quarter is in pristine condition or shows signs of a minting error, you might be in possession of a true rarity that collectors around the world would dream of owning. One exceptional example of the 1988 Washington quarter dollar has already been valued at a breathtaking $75,000. That's right, $75,000 for a single coin that most people would never think twice about. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, extraordinary value hides in the most ordinary places. Top 5. In the world of numismatics, where passion meets history and the thrill of discovery fuels the hunt, even a seemingly common coin can turn into a life-changing treasure. Among the vast sea of coins minted by the United States, there's one that stands out not for being ancient, not for being made of precious metals, but because of its rarity, condition, and the story it tells. The United States of America Washington Quarter Dollar from the year 1994. This coin, at first glance, appears just like any other quarter you've probably spent at a vending machine or found in your pocket change. But there's a reason why collectors across the globe are talking about the 1994 quarter today, and why you might want to take a closer look at the change sitting in your drawer. The Washington Quarter has long been a symbol of American heritage. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter quickly became a staple of U.S. currency. Over the decades, its design, metal content, and production methods have evolved, but one thing has remained constant: its presence in everyday American life. By 1994, the quarter was being minted in massive quantities, mostly from copper-nickel clad instead of silver, with production facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco contributing to the total output. Yet, despite the millions minted that year, not all 1994 quarters are created equal. What makes the 1994 Washington Quarter Dollar particularly special in the eyes of collectors isn't just its age. It's the combination of condition, rarity, and the presence of highly desirable minting errors. Most coins from the year have been heavily circulated, showing signs of wear, scratches, and the daily grind of commerce. But in rare instances, some quarters were preserved in nearly perfect condition, untouched by time. These coins, known in the numismatic world as mint state or uncirculated, can command significant premiums, especially when certified by grading services such as PCGS or NGC with grades MS 67 and higher. Even more valuable are those quarters that bear unique flaws or mistakes, known as mint errors. In 1994, a few exceptional error coins were discovered, some with doubled die obverse where the image appears slightly doubled, others with off-center strikes, and a few even believed to be struck on the wrong planchet. These errors, while rare, elevate the value of the coin dramatically. Why? Because they were never meant to exist. Minting errors are anomalies in a system that is usually precise and controlled, so when these flawed coins manage to slip through the cracks and into circulation, they become instant collectibles. But the story of the 1994 Washington Quarter doesn't stop with mint errors or flawless condition. It also carries historical and emotional significance for many Americans. It's a coin from the mid-90s, a time of economic growth, cultural shifts, and technological transformation. Holding a coin from that era is like holding a piece of American memory. For some collectors, that nostalgia factor adds to its appeal. For others, it's about the thrill of the chase, the idea that a coin found in a jar of change could be worth more than a brand new car. You might be wondering how to know if your 1994 quarter is valuable. The first step is inspection. Look closely at the surfaces. Is the design sharp and detailed? Are there any visible doubling of letters or numbers? Is the strike perfectly centered, or does something look slightly off? If it appears pristine or unusual, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Many valuable quarters were discovered not in dealer collections or coin shows, but in everyday places, inherited from grandparents, stashed away in savings tins, or received as casual change. Coin shows, online auctions, and numismatic forums are filled with stories of ordinary people who uncovered extraordinary coins just by paying attention. The coin collecting community is vast, enthusiastic, and always looking for the next rare find, and the 1994 quarter has recently become one of the hot topics among these collectors. Why? Because a select few specimens, especially those in near-perfect condition or with dramatic mint errors, have fetched incredible prices at auction.s. What could a rare 1994 Washington quarter actually be worth today? That depends on its condition, rarity, and any potential error. But one verified specimen preserved in exceptional mint state with a unique error was recently valued at an astonishing $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, $65,000 for a single quarter. It's proof that treasure doesn't always lie buried beneath the earth or locked in safes. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, right in your own pocket. So next time you come across a 1994 quarter, don't dismiss it, inspect it. You could be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand.